I just want to quickly just say something about our paid staff. We have 70 full-time equivalents now. We didn't have our first paid staff person until 2.5 years after we started. So we went from 1973 to the fall of 1975 only on member labor with no staff. We have a very flat structure. I'm what they call a general coordinator, and there's 9 of us, and we're salaried. The only other salaried employees are IT department. We have 4 IT people. Then everyone else is hourly. So there's basically us and everyone who's hourly. The hourly, and you know, the multiple between their hourly pay and my salaried is fairly low. It's not even, let me see, they make, yeah, it's less than 50% more that I would make. So a full-time employee working 40 hours a week is going to make about $53,000 a year, and I make $88,000 a year. So it's fairly flat. That's the way we thought was best. You have to be a co-op member in order to work at the co-op. We don't hire from the outside. That's mainly because you have to know what the co-op's about. You couldn't be a paid staff person if you didn't know what the co-op was about. So it's really important that the people applying are in. And it also is, you get the dedication and the loyalty. You know, we have people, we'll get 60 to 80 applications for a job at the co-op. That's how many, you know, people want to actually work there. We use a collective and consensus-based decision-making process amongst the staff. It can be a little difficult at times, but it kind of is in keeping with the co-op. Co-op staff people are, our job isn't to do what a member could do. Our job is to support, manage, and educate them, but it's not to do their work. If we decided a job could be done by a member, we might need to train that person to do that job and maybe keep training them or provide additional training, but we don't do it for them. We know what, we've designed it that way. Our jobs, our paid staff jobs, tend to be ones that are either too critical to leave to member labor, too complex, or they need to happen too frequently, which is kind of a weird way to put it, but there's some things that just, payroll would be a good example. It's never been done by member labor. It's critical to the operations, it's kind of complex, and it has to be done weekly. So those 3 things would not be something you'd divvy out to a member labor system. You leave with a paid staff person. One of the things that took us a while to transition away from was we had an ordering committee, and Joe decided, as he was still the only employee after about 5.5, 6 years, that he had to assume more responsibility because they started to make too many mistakes. So that became critical. They couldn't, as coming in once every 4 weeks, and there was 4 rotations of these people, they didn't have enough communication amongst each other to keep the ordering system going coherently. And when they made a mistake, it's very difficult to unravel because they're not there on the other end of the phone. You know, they make their call the vendor, and then they're gone, and Joe or whoever was left to pick up the pieces. So that would be something that was too complex. One of the principles of being a co-op that our members have embraced is that we're a good employer. It's one of the ethical values that our members have supported over the years. So we pay well above the living wage in New York City. We have a defined benefit pension plan, which the co-op contributes 100%. We pay 100% of our staff members' health care. We have fairly generous vacation and sick leave. But those are the things that are, you know, sometimes I think, oh gosh, the members would, you know, especially, would they ever question it? And I think it's very rare for a member to say, oh, I think the paid staff gets paid too much. Most members are very respectful. They know that the paid staff does a lot of it's very hard work, difficult work, and the members, as owners, want to make good decisions for the employees they have. We have very low turnover amongst our staff. We have people that have, well, I've been an employee for 12 years. Joe obviously is our oldest at 40 years. But low turnover is great for any co-op, I mean, because you gain knowledge and a high level of management that you can't really replicate. If we had a higher turnover, it would probably cause a little more instability. They also self-manage a lot, so that's another benefit of having people that have been there a long time, is that they can work independently and with a lot of initiative, and that helps to also, again, free people. I don't spend a lot of time supervising their work because most of them have decades of knowledge. Some of them have been there longer than I have, and there's a relationship there where we, back to the collective and consensus decision making, we try to reflect back that cooperative value that people can, of self-responsibility and equality and equity. So the last part of our mission statement, good food at low prices for working members through cooperation. I just want to hit on the cooperation part a little. This is actually, by the way, this is our food processing area. So what people do down there is they cut cheese. So we have, the cheese comes in wheels, blocks, whatever. We cut it, we wrap it, we price it. Then we do the same with dried fruits and nuts, spices, teas, olives. Yeah, I guess. So we buy it in bulk and we package it and put it upstairs. We do have the bulk silos too, but sometimes if you have similar products between the bulk silo, let's say for example has organic walnuts in it, well, you don't want to sell conventional walnuts from a bulk silo to a self-serve silo, because I can guarantee you someone's going to put the organic one. No, what's worse is someone's going to put the conventional ones inside the organic, and you'll have to lose all of them. You'll have to charge everyone only the conventional price. So in something like that, we'd say, okay, we sell fewer conventional walnuts. We'll just package them ourselves. And so this is a tremendous way in which you can save money, and you can use it's a great resource of member labor. Not only do people love working in this area, you can, instead of paying the manufacturer to package your goods for you, so you're going to pay for that, do it yourself. You got member labor, do it yourself. Make it in the sizes you want. Buy what you want and put it in the bags it's just a tremendous way. So. Our decision-making body is the general meeting. We have it once a month. It is, I'll go into this when I talk a little bit about the legal aspect, but all members are invited to come. It is the body in which, if there was any significant business in front of the co-op, this body gets to decide it. Not paid staff, we don't get to decide it. We get to go. We get to listen to people, but we have one vote just like everyone else. So it was based, well, I'll talk about this in the legal stuff, but it's kind of, I have to go to them. They're 12 times a year, except for sometimes we don't have December. So it's also an opportunity for the paid staff and other committees, make reports to the membership at that time. It's one place where we make our regular financial reporting to the membership. We report it every general meeting. We also make produce reports. We make other type of reports about food. So it's a great way for the community. It's a place people can gather and learn about certain information. We have a biweekly newspaper, another place in which, in an open and transparent democracy, you want to give people a chance to express their opinions. we don't control this, the paid staff. This is totally controlled by the members. Sometimes they don't say very nice things about us. They can't call us names anymore, but but some people criticize us, you know, but that's just the nature of a democracy. You have to listen to the people that are criticizing you, but it's a forum for people. I think it's part of what makes a co-op is to give people a chance to express themselves. And if they want to advocate for something, a certain issue, or the co-op to take a certain direction, or to stop taking a certain direction, this is the place where often they start doing that. I wanted to go over that. I put this because this is part of cooperation. I didn't know where else to put it. The member owner equity investment, it's $100 per member once in the life of your membership. It's not an annual. So this is your capital contribution is $100. If you don't have $100 when you join, well, you have about 8 weeks to pay the $100. You can go in a payment plan. If you are on any kind of income-based assistance, so for us that would be food stamps, that would be like heating assistance, things like that, you actually don't pay $100, you only pay $10. So again, the equity investment doesn't become a barrier to someone joining the co-op. This last one is an investment, but it's not the equity investment. One of the ways co-ops should finance themselves is they should get loans from their members. That's the way we've always done it. If we have a project, if we want to buy a building, if we want to expand, whatever those things are, we go first to the membership and say, how much are you going to loan us? It's actually, you know, just like if you were to go to the bank and buy a CD or something like that, we have a loan schedule, you know, 1-year loan, you get this interest all the way up to 7-year loans. They're just simple interest. It's the way also, at least in the United States, that a bank is going to look favorably on a co-op to loan them money because the members have already loaned the co-op money because the members are the owners. So if they're not going to loan the co-op any money, then the bank's not going to. The bank's thinking, well, if the members won't loan them, we're not going to give them any money. We started, our last expansion, we got $2 million out of the membership. And we're finally winding it down. By the end of next year, we will have stopped taking loans. We don't need the loans, and we want to kind of not. We have about $250,000 to still pay off to our members, but it's a tremendous potential resource to you. Is that members? Members' rights and responsibilities. They're kind of, you can't really see it, they're contained in this book this woman holds called, it's our membership manual. You should have a manual of some sort to explain to people the rules that govern their co-op, how they participate in their co-op, any implications for their bad behavior or anything like that. It's in there. And members really, their responsibilities are to come to work and to make their equity contribution and to follow the rules and procedures of the co-op. Their rights are really that they get to participate in the decision-making process, and they get to, a big part of that is democratic control over the